Well, hello, first year students in sections 1 and 3. Happy New Year and welcome to the first podcast of 2018. I read in your questionnaires that you guys like my jokes and my sense of humor. Well, this podcast will have none of that. We have too much work to cover. So we're going to look at the weeks of January 29th, which I know is half over, but I still have some stuff to tell you about that week. February 5th and February 12th. So, just some reminders about the podcast. What is it all about? It is intended to help you survive. Hopefully, those of you that were watching them, it did help you survive your first semester, and the plan is for you to also survive your second semester. Approximately every 3 weeks, you will get a new podcast about 4 to 5 minutes in length. They are available for you on YouTube. You can access the closed captions if you would like to listen with no sound or read with no sound. You can get the closed captions there by clicking on CC. Remember that I registered you all for a fake class that doesn't really exist, and so you will get an announcement from that class every time there is a new podcast. And of course, these podcasts are tailored to your specific schedule of sections 1 and section 3 in the first year. So, just some reminders about how to succeed in CEGEP. Some of the keys are to be organized, to manage your time, all in the effort to keep up and stay on track with all of your work. So, to do that, you will probably want to use some kind of tool. Here are some options. You can use the Vanier agenda to write everything down. You can use any other calendar, maybe one with cute kitty cats. There are online options, iCalendar, Google Calendar. You can put all of this onto your phone, apparently, and keep yourself organized that way. And then this option that you might be thinking of, nope, she's out. She's not going to help you. You have to fly on your own. Alrighty, so if you have not already done so, go and get your agenda. If I'm showing this to you in class, I am going to wait till everybody pulls out their agenda. We're waiting. You got it? You ready to go? Alrighty, here we go. So this is your schedule for the semester, and let's look at what's happening in the week of January 29th. First of all, a reminder from Franca. She would like you to bring the observation binder with the 6 dividers for her play course to your play labs. Please don't forget about that. She would also like you to keep up with your readings by reading chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3 in the play textbook. For your safety class, every Friday, please bring your Red Cross manual to class. A reminder from Carmelina about that. And also, Carmelina would like me to remind you that attendance in your Friday first aid classes is mandatory. You have to come to every one of those Friday classes if you want to qualify for the Red Cross certification, which you will need when you go out into the field next semester. If you don't have a first aid certification, you will not be allowed to go into the daycare. So go to your first aid class every Friday. Alrighty, we are now moving on to the week of February 5th. What's going on in that week? First of all, on Tuesday, the 6th of February, you will need to have read the regulations, which Carmelina will post on Omnivox for you, because there is going to be an in-class assignment about the regulations in safety on Tuesday, the 6th of February. And of course, just a reminder for that week as well, to bring your manual to class on Friday. In my health course, please read chapters 1 and chapter 9. And remember what I told you about chapter 9. First of all, you will feel sick as you read it. It is very long. It's all about infections. But don't get too bogged down in the details. Let the information flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. And we'll talk about it some more in class. Alrighty, that's it. We're now looking at the week of February 12th. Keep up with your readings. Read chapter 8 for my health course. On Tuesday, the 13th of February, please bring your Wellbeings textbook to class, because we will be doing an in-class assignment, which is worth 5% of your final grade. For your safety class, the week of February 14th, please read chapter 14 chapter 14. I'm just realizing I don't know if that is in Wellbeings or in your Red Cross manual, so I will double check with that about that with Carmelina and get back to you about that. Bring your book, again, not sure which one, so I'll get back to you about that to class on the 13th for safety. And then, of course, there will be an in-class assignment on the 13th of February, and on the Friday of that week, as usual, bring your manual to class. Breathe through the nose. That is a lot of information, but if you remain calm, you can stay on track. Remember, if you have any great ideas about how to stay organized, tell me about those or send me a message, and you could become a podcast star. You will be able to post your comments about the videos on YouTube. You can always get a full transcript if you would like to read everything that I'm saying by clicking on transcript under the video. And of course, stay tuned for the next announcement, because that will mean a new podcast is available for you. That's all I have for this podcast. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks. Bye.